You dropped a blue.
Yeah, I dropped the blue. So
3.
3 damage.
All right. I will contain it so that they're face down,
Okay.
and that'll be 1, 2, 3.
Okay. Now I'm going to move. Oh, can't quite do it. Was hoping I could make that inside turn. That stinks. Uh, yeah, because that's gonna ram myself. All right. Bye bye, little armed transport. Oh, hold on. I forgot to add my most wanted die. Hold on.
Oh, yes, that'll
Let me add a blue.
offset. That'll offset your.
All right,
Okay,
one more.
another card.
There you go. All right. And bye bye armed transport. So he stays where he is. And that's it. So squad phase. Okay.
All you.
Vigo, going to move and bomb your front
Okay.
with, what's that? 2 blue and the red. And I block your brace. Take 2.
No brace, take 2. This is on the. Oh, my cat, stop, please. We have a crit here.
Mm-hmm.
2 crit. Well, I take that. All right, let's spend out the redirect, so it's just going to be the face up.
Okay.
Then we get a injured crew. Goodbye, evade.
All right. Then the uglies should be in range. Yep. So they are gonna do bomber. So they're gonna do 2 blue.
Okay. Very
Wow.
accurate.
Cool. Good job. Okay, so Bosk will get. I guess I'll do these uglies first. Because they're in range. So they're also gonna do 2 blue. For 2.
2 crits. Yep. I mean, I can't do anything about it. So, first one is injured crew. No salvo. All right.
Yeah.
And then the second one.
At least it's not a projector missile. That
Yeah, that would have
that would
been
suck.
less than ideal for sure.
Okay. Boba, when he activates, I choose an enemy ship or squadron, and that ship or squadron suffers 1 damage. You can just so I picked the hard sell. You can take it on shields on the back.
Yep.
Okay. I think I can make it. How much damage do I need to do to this guy? 4 more? And I'm gonna have 2 dice to do it. And you're at 11, so I can't kill the subjugator. So yeah, I'm gonna try to kill you. So gonna move here. Throw blue black bomber. Oh, dude.
Uncritical.
So my uglies have whiffed, but Jostero hit all of his shots and killed 2 vultures, and then now he's done nothing. So yeah, 1 damage. And that's
The one
kill.
shot at the vultures too, just like
Yeah, I know. Jostero's the goat. Everyone else has been not doing too well.
All right. One face up, shield failure. Sounds great.
Oh, okay.
That will kill that.
All right, then Bosk. He's going to move. He'll move. Yeah, I don't want him to get double arc. I moved Boba right where I want him to go. Oops. Alright, that's fine. He's gonna move there. So he gets blue-black non-bomber. And he gets a blue set to an accuracy from his little ability thing. So, alright, for 2.
2. This is against the hard sell.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I will brace it down to 1 and take it.
Okay.
So I'm at 3 of 5.
Okay. So I think that's it.
You already activated the ugly up here because you already
Yeah,
bombed me.
green for that.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I think that's it. So flip over the tokens.
All right. Well, I've got 1 token to flip.
I get that. He goes back.
Okay. Veteran Gunners is untapped. Parts resupply. I'm going to spend the repair on the hard sell to untap it.
Okay.
This is round 4 we're going into?
Yes.
Or round 3? Round 4. Okay. I'll flip the coin. Ooh. And we're back. Okay. Okay. So I am up first.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to.
Oh, before you do anything, you have trench, right?
Yep. That's.
All right.
I'm trench engineering.
Okay.
Anything else at the beginning of the ship phase? Nope. Okay. So I am going to. You got a lot of command 1 stuff over there. So I'm gonna hard sell engineering. I will change the engineering dial into a token. I will then spend that token to resolve 4 trench. So I have 5 points to spend. I'm going to spend 2 to create a shield.
Okay.
1, so 3 in total to throw it onto the front of the subjugator. I now have 2 points remaining.
Okay.
I will spawn myself another shield on the front.
Yep, makes sense. All right.
Then we go to attacking.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to shoot the. I've got a nice double arc on the side of that there.
Yep.
So we'll do that. We'll do front. Well, let's do side first, I guess. So 1 blue into there.
You get
That is
2
most
blue.
wanted, so I get another one.
Yep.
Nothing fancy on the attack, but we do get to roll those dice. For 2.
2. I will happily scatter that.
Okay.
All right.
And then we're going to do a blue on the front shot, so it'll be 2 red, 2 blue.
Okay.
We roll it. This is on the same arc. For 2 accuracies and a critical, well, no defense tokens and 1 damage.
So take the 1 on shields.
Okay. And then I move. Gonna keep nose on target.
Okay. All right, the Marauder's gonna go with a con fire.
Mhm.
I will take it as a dial. I'm going to spend the engineering, and I'm going to recover. Am I at 3? Yeah, so I'm going to recover 1 shield on the side.
Right.
Okay, now I'm going to shoot. I do have a double arc, but they're not all on one whole zone.
Yeah.
So it's like split right down.
It's perfectly split. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to start with my mm, start with my left side.
Right.
So um, I get 2 reds. I'm gonna maul, and I maul nothing.
Yep.
So I get another red from Most Wanted, and then because I have an exhausted, or actually I don't even need to do that because one of my defense tokens is discarded. So I'm gonna add a die of any color. I'm gonna add a blue. So I roll that. It's a side shot.
Wow.
Ooh,
Okay.
I was not expecting that. All
This
right.
is to the front arc.
Yes. I'm going to re-roll this with LTT.
Yep.
Then I whiffed.
A little
For
bit of reprieve.
5. Yeah, it's still a lot.
uh,
So
4. I mean,
it's
it's just four
4
face down
cards.
cards.
Yep.
I lose the shield on the front and can't really do anything about it. 2, 3, 4. For a total of 15 of the 17 needed to destroy it.
Whew.
Definitely,
All right.
definitely crippled.
Now I'm going to shoot out the front into your auxiliary. So I get 3. I'm gonna Savage a blue, and then Most Wanted a blue,
Hmm.
and I still have Confire. Okay, I'm gonna
Yep.
add another blue,
Okay.
Confire. I can't re-roll that. Should add the red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I got 3 shields, so that's 2 damage.
Is that enough?
17. That is it destroyed.
Oh, woohoo!
Okay.
All right. Now I have no more shooting, so I run away. I'm at speed 2. I'm at speed 2. Oh, I spent my token. So I do that. Then you activate one of the Gozantes.
Yep. We're gonna go with the front one first. Confire dial.
Yep.
We're gonna take a shot at the front, or the side rather, out of my front into your side.
You get
So
3
that's gonna
blues.
be 3 blues with the confires. We're gonna roll them, and we're gonna get that
Whew.
3 damage with a
All right.
critical.
Bye bye scatter.
Okay. Um, don't have anything else. Potentially Fleck, Boba, but obstructed. So,
Yeah. All right.
all right. We go to move. It will bump no matter what, I believe.
Yep. And
So
my guy is almost dead.
we'll take a damage card on that guy. And it's you.
Okay. Um. Well, speaking of the guy that's almost dead, Squadron. I'm going to activate this ugly.
Mm-hmm.
Throw him over
Gotta deal
here.
2 damage to table.
All right. Come on, ugly. Of course.
Well,
I did
no,
not.
no shield. So it will be face up.
Structural?
Structural will do it. It is
No.
comms noise.
All right. Well, What's that one? Reduce your speed by 1. Oh, sure. I'll put you at speed 0.
Perma accuracy, the brace.
All right. So that's done. And then shooting. I have no shooting. Moving. That's important. Going
Can you hop it?
I don't know. We'll find out.
Mm,
I can't tell.
I cannot get
I
close enough.
think I cleared it. I was
Yeah,
using
you
it.
got it. I can see through.
Oh man. All right.
Sheesh.
There's definitely a gap there.
I wasn't expecting to make that, to be honest. I thought he was dead, but
By the way, Space Navy says RIP Subjugator.
oh
Yep.
yeah.
The build is extremely suboptimal because this is my first time. Well, okay, first time running Trench, first time running a huge, and I did not realize that they get tokens already.
Yeah.
So
I mean
basically,
that
it's like
could be switched out for what? Like what's 4 points? That might help. Oh, Shumai for
yeah,
rerolls.
yep,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. So then you've got this guy.
yep. That will be a con fire, which will do nothing. And then I can move, and I can decide. I cannot interact with that ship. Uh-oh, I think it's DCing again. Yep, and we have DC.
Oh, I don't loaded. Okay. Probably
Honestly,
gonna kick.
we can just call it a table if you if you
Yeah, here, hold
want
on.
to, because
Let me
there's
roll dice real quick before it desyncs.
you got
All
to
right,
deal
I got one damage
one
on
damage.
your hard cell.
Okay, there it is.
All right.
And
Well,
then
GG. That was
yeah,
fun.
GG. I kind of wish that I had thought about this list a little bit more, but that's all right.
No, your list was not bad by any means. The HTT XI7, I
Yes.
normally don't pick both. I usually only pick one or the other.
Mhm.
But I mean, with the Mega Beam, HTT
Right.
is pretty good.
That was my thought because um not having any accuracies in that can be very problematic. So I was like,
Mhm.
well, let's simulate an accuracy with both of these turbo lasers. And it's not as, it doesn't just prevent you from using it, but it puts a little bit of pressure on the defense tokens.
Yeah, no, I didn't mind it. I think Teak's not bad, but yeah, Shu
Just
Mai
not,
instead
should
of the
not,
parts
yeah,
resupply probably would have been better.
does not
Um,
belong on that.
I mean, so you only didn't get a chance to use APT because you didn't have the beam.
Yep.
But
Yep.
yeah, I the only thing I think you probably should have done differently is instead of ramming my Gozanti, you should have just moved forward so I didn't keep hitting you in the front hole zone.
Yeah, I think I was too focused on still trying to get the Kyber beam in play because I figured if I go straight, then like essentially I'm foregoing it just based on the way that the maneuver works for like the rest of the match. So I was still like, oh, well, there's a chance that, if I'm, not as forward that I could still bring it in. But it's like I should have just been like, no, I don't. I need to stop worrying about that and just focus on, just regular attacks and dispersing the aggro from the front.
Yeah, I I think I liked the Gozantis. I think you moved them a little too slow.
Mm-hmm.
Um, especially when my little transport with the most wanted was on that side. I think probably turn 1 you should have jumped up to speed 2 so you could have flacked a little more on my squads
Yeah.
and you could have thrown 2 or 3 dice per ship on my transport.
Yeah,
Because then it would have died. That's another like 50 points almost.
yeah. I think I realized probably at about turn it was either halfway through turn 1 or like turn 2 that I was like, okay, the only possible way I win is a table. Like I just it's gonna like one of us is gonna get tabled, and that's the only way that this can possibly go.
Yeah.
So I
I
was like,
I
well, I
think
guess I just
you
gotta.
pivoting to the Marauder was good. I I don't know, because on the other hand, if you could have thrown your super weapon twice at the Bolt Cruiser, you still might have killed it.
Mhm.
Because I mean, what? I That's probably going to be like 11 damage. I brace down to 6 and I take 6 damage twice where all the damage is face up. Like
Yeah,
that'll hurt. Um so I think if you had gone for that, the Marauder also would only be able to shoot your sides because then the front arc isn't exposed to it. So it would have stayed back and shot a bunch of dice, but at your side arcs where all you have is you have shields there. Like you
yeah,
had
yeah.
what was that? You
I
had
think it's
like
like 4 and then 3 on the
4 and
auxiliary.
3 that basically got untouched almost the whole game except for that last shot from the
Yeah, it was
Marauder.
just everything went into the nose.
So that was the only other thing. I think your squads were fine. I mean, it's hard when you have 4 vultures. I
Yeah, they don't.
they don't do
They're
much.
yeah.
So I probably maybe would have kept them back a little more just to like I got where you were going with putting them on the rocks. I think that was good cuz I couldn't get close right away.
Mhm.
I had to waste like 2 or 3 turns killing them,
Yep.
which I mean that's all you want a screen to do. But I think if you had kept them back and have one of your smaller ships eat around the bombing because I only have my like best squad activation ship has 2 squadron. So I
Yeah.
can't really do a big alpha strike with my squads. The My plan with this fleet, what I wanted to do was ruthless strategist and use that to poke Bosk so I get his ability. So if I'm fighting a big 134, I can hit like an Anakin with an accuracy and 4 damage. Like
Yeah.
the just with Bosk after he's been flagged. Um, but like I didn't end up playing a list that had a lot of squads. I think because probably your team um looked at my list and was like, yeah, probably not. Um, I like the Marauder. I think it's cool. It I do think this title is a little too good to add 2 dice. Um, and that Savage adding a die to every attack is a little good. Because that was like 6 dice over the course of that game. Um,
Yeah. There
that
was a
that's
lot.
probably that's probably too good for 7 points. So exhaust I think could be fine, or just make it only you add a die if your defense token is discarded, um, and make it a little cheaper. That I think also might be still good, but not as good. Because the fact that I could do it from turn 1 with Maul just by spending a token, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
Um,
you want like you want that synergy there, but from like my perspective, it was like, well, if I, basically softening me up with other attacks first mean that like I either spend my defense tokens on those attacks and then they just get tossed when you hit me with Savage, or I don't spend them and then they only get exhausted with Savage. So then I
right,
basically can't use them in any attacks throughout the round. Otherwise, they're going to get
right.
discarded.
Yeah, so I think maybe making Maul exhaust a token to um or spend a token to exhaust a token might be a little better. I'm not 100% sure on that.
But I guess maybe part of it too is that the list that I have is very focused on one ship, and that combo really only works if you're devoting like basically all of your firepower in a round to one particular ship.
That too. I mean, in a couple other playtests, I think people have said that's a problem. No matter what, I know it needs to not spend a defense token so intel officer can
Yeah.
get rid of it.
Yeah.
Because that didn't happen in this game. I didn't take it because I already knew that it was going to get changed, but that
Mhm.
100% needs to change.
Yeah, it's a little mean.
I just don't know how to change it from there. Like, I mean, he could just go up in points a lot. That would have cut out basically a whole, like, if he went up 13 points, I'd have to drop Jostero or a little transport. Um, and either one of those, I think that would change my game a lot. So
Yeah.
he could just go up in points. I like the little arm transport, the dice.
Yeah,
I
that was a
mean,
lot
since
of dice coming out the front.
Yeah, I mean, since you can only take two of them, I'm not really as worried. Like, it's not like you can spam it and then add dice with Akbar. This
Yeah,
time it only added dice because of
because most wanted.
most wanted. Yeah. So, I mean, four dice. I didn't even put HIE or anything on it. I
Yeah,
just I just threw a lot of dice.
it's solid.
Yeah, pretty
It's
good.
it's got what? It's got evade and scatter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
you're
I
not
mean,
too
if
worried
you
because
Right. If you actually shoot, if someone shoots at you at medium or close, you're probably gonna die. You didn't
yeah.
even bother shooting it because you knew that you were probably gonna ram into it.
Yep.
And you
Yep.
spent the whole time trying to kill the Marauder, which I think was the right call because that was my big damage dealer. Like,
Yes.
my neutron star did like 3 damage that whole game.
Yeah, that thing I thought of that thing. I was like, well, that's just a brick back there that like if I can deal with the Marauder, I'll get to it. Like the
Yeah.
Marauder is the thing that's gonna kill me.
Yeah, my general deployment plan was I wanted you to hopefully either you go after the neutron star and I shift all my bombers that way and just try to bomb your front, kind of
Mhm.
like how this ended up, but instead of my bombers on your hard cell, it would be on the subjugator.
Yeah.
Or that you would go to the marauder. I would send all my fighters to try to go kill your hard cell. Um and hope that my marauder wouldn't die immediately.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
Yeah, I do think this title is a little too good though. I think maybe if it was only you add dice if you're speed 0, but you made it like 3 points, that would be very interesting. You drop to speed 0, you add 2 dice of any color to your pool, but then if you get shot at, you're just kind of screwed. That I don't know. That might make it too situational though. But
That would put a lot of pressure on commands.
yeah,
So
that
it would be con firing less.
right. Which I don't know. That I mean, you drop to it would be good if you have a lot of activations and you're first player, because then you can last first, go to speed 0, drop, do your shooting, and then speed up again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do think the title needs to change too, though. I mean, this thing's cool. I think I like the Picket version a little better, but I don't mind the artillery Corvette. I mean, it does what it does. It shoots a lot of reds.
Yep. Lots and
Uh,
lots of reds.
Jostero rolled really well this game. So, based on this one game where everyone's like, "Oh, give him more dice," I don't want to be like, "Oh, give him more dice," but I think that's just because my dice were cracked on him.
Yeah, it
Um,
was I think like 3 damage against the vultures each throw or something.
Yeah,
It was
but
yeah. That was just dice.
Boba and the Uglies freaking whiffed almost all of their bombing like 4 or 5 times.
The
That
dice give and the dice take away.
Yeah. I think the Vigo's cool. I mean, it's a decimator but worse, and that's okay. But I mean, I do like it. It eat smaller squads pretty well, and I don't know. I don't know how I feel about the uglies as far as actual gameplay goes. Like, I really like the idea of the ability in theory, but I feel like you just in practice will always take bomb. Like, there's never a reason to take assault, and there's probably rarely a reason to take grit. Um, I guess maybe
Yeah, bombers.
if you want to move to go hit another squad, maybe, but I don't know. It maybe if they don't get swarm. I mean, I know we're already thinking of removing the evade on them. Um, so then and dropping them the 5 hole, and then maybe it's fine. But I don't know. I think the ability might need a little change. Not sure how though. Like maybe make swarm one of the choices or counter instead of assault. So then it's actually a choice. You can like I don't know. When you're activated, you choose one keyword to gain until the end of the round, maybe. So you could gain counter. Um that'd be hard to track is the only reason I don't like doing that. But I think it would I don't know. I just never picked any of the other things. I always picked bomber. Um,
I think even against like a 134, I mean, bomber is still probably the best keyword out of the three.
yeah,
And you ostensibly you have some other things that you're gonna like, any round that you are picking. I mean, basically, you're picking bomber every time.
right. So yeah, I don't know. I'm. I'll need to think about it. I. I still don't know how to feel about the test bed. I mean, it's cool. Don't get me wrong. It. I like the idea of the beam.
It's very hard to get on target. I
Right.
think it's the combination of the ignition arc is smaller and it's a huge, so you have,
Yeah, you
because I don't
don't
know,
turn as much. You turn both more and less than you think you do.
yes, yeah.
And you can only turn in like bigger increments. You can't really like on smaller ships you could do a 2 click and then a 1 click to like turn yourself where like your arcs will be positioned in the way you want. But you can't
Mhm.
really do that on this because at most you can go to speed 2 and then you can add nothing double click 1 1 or like 1 0, and that's like
Yeah.
all your options. So you can't. It's really hard to turn. I
And only being able to turn like, because you can't do like little like shuffles to the side like you would be able to do in like an onager or something, because
right
it's a
right
huge, it's like
yeah
it's so cumbersome. I
yeah. I don't know.
don't know. I mean, it's a
I
really good effect if you do land it. So
yeah, and I do think that wide area barrage thing that Otter ran into might be a little good if you
mm,
can just like deal 5 damage to another ship that's next to it. That if you hit one thing, you can also hit another thing. That's pretty good. But also, on the other hand, that's like the second fleet I've ever seen wide area barraging. So, and yeah, whatever. Um, yeah, I
really wish that I had done Shumai for the rerolls instead of veteran gunners, and then swap veteran gunners for gunnery teams. But
yeah, because then if you could ignition out the front and then shoot
and
at
then
the front
also,
at something
yeah,
else. Yeah, I still think you can make this fleet work. I I I think depending you're it's gonna be heavily matchup dependent though.
yes,
Like
yeah,
you you want to fight against one big or two big targets. Like a the double nebula fleet that a couple people are running, that is I think one of them on your team, Morimbar. Uh
Yeah.
you want to fight something like that because then it's a large that isn't super maneuverable and you can just drill into the hole, APT and everything else. They
Yes.
can't
Yeah.
use any tokens, and then you heal your ship, and oh, they get closer, and you have your little Gozantes pepper them with dice, and your subjugator does it again.
Yep.
And like, I think this is a very viable fleet. I think this is just it's a bunch of small ships and rogue bombers, and that's just like kind of the one thing you don't want to fight against, pretty much.
Yeah.
Um,
That's okay. It was fun.
all right, I'll make a little more detailed write up, but yeah, I think it was interesting. It definitely I need to figure out what to do with Maul. I have no clue what to do with them yet. Um, so I'll need to mess with that. But the rest of it I'm pretty happy with.
All right.
All right, well, thank you for last minute scheduling the game this morning.
Yeah. No problem. No
I know I
problem.
had dude, work this week has been a gruel.
Sounds rough.
Yeah, but I'm getting there. So
All right. Well, GG.
yeah, GG. Have a great rest of your day.
Yeah. You as well.